So yesterday was a breaking news that the National Assembly Health and Gender Committee recommended keeping the Women's Act of 2015 on change, arguing that the FGMs violate women's basic human rights. What are your thoughts on that?
Is the female genital mutilation or female circumcision, whichever you call it, in the Gambia here, first and foremost is a tradition. Okay. This tradition has been with us for quite a long time. When the bill came to the parliament, it was sent to relevant committees that do the necessary things, they scrutinize it, have interface with people who are stakeholders. And yesterday they laid their report to the parliament and it was adopted. Now we are moving forward to the next stage of the bill, and then we will soon conclude on that. But I can assure you that it's a tradition that has been long with us, and some also have the opinion that it is also religion. So this is what makes it so complex.
So, but as an honorable and a father, what do you think that this must be in place, especially when it comes to the rights of women and girls in the Gambia?
It should be treated maturely, like I said, something that has been with us for ages, before I was born, before my father was born. You can abolish it. The committee that went round to scrutinize it, they went to Egypt, because we feel that Egypt also, you can have the religious aspect of it and then maybe the other traditional aspect of it. And the experience that Egypt went on, Egypt right now has banned it. But then it took them 10 years. They didn't just jump and ban it. What they did was they first medicalize it and then give it a transition period of 10 years. And it goes along with sensitization, and then finally they ban it, and it was no issue. What happened in this country in 2015 was the former president just jumped and banned it. And it was just for the sake of banning. People were still circumcised. And even today, as I'm speaking, people are circumcised. We need to have laws in place that we can reinforce. Just to have laws in the books and it's not reinforced is just like don't have the laws. So my take on it is it should first be medicalized, and also the if I am to do it, I will have to amend it and look at the human rights aspect of it. Raise the age of the circumcision, because if you circumcise a girl that is under 18 or under 17, you didn't seek the consent of the girl. But again, in other areas of the law, in the laws, parents also used to step in for their underage. For example, if you are to interview my daughter who is 6 years or 10 years old, I must give approval. So why can't we have the same in all these issues, so that the human rights aspect can be addressed, the medical aspect can be addressed? We need to look at these things with a very careful way of dealing with, and we take account into all the aspects, the medical and the human rights violations of it.
So how can community leaders and legislators work together to ensure that these laws protecting women and girls are efficiently being in place?
Well, it will take time. Like I said, I have said it in many forums that our issue here is the timing. The time is our worst enemy. See, this could have been given a longer period. Then there will be room for lawmakers, community leaders, religious leaders to go around this topic and widen the discussions and have all dissenting views accommodated, and then come to a conclusion. But in any case, I know the matter would be settled come rain or come shine on the 24th of this month.
Thank you, Honorable Madi Cessay, for sharing your insights and updates on these critical issues. It has been a pleasure having you here today. As we conclude, is there any message that you want to say to your people?
Thank you very much. You're most welcome. The only message I will give, not only to the Serekunda West, but to the Gambian population in general. When issues come up, let us try to understand them properly. Let us try to affair ourselves with them, and so that when we make our opinions, because opinions help a lot in solving problems. This issue of female genital mutilation, this issue of the judicial thing, the parliamentary thing, if people really consume it properly and then give good opinions, it will help to solve our problems. Opinions are very important, and like many people said, and I concur with them, the parliament is a small chunk of the population. So the larger population is outside. So we as parliamentarians also should really open our ears and listen to people who put us in position, so that we should not take decisions unilaterally on our own. We must really accommodate, listen to our electorates, and then put everything together. When we make decisions, it will be an informed decision.
Thank you for joining us today for this exclusive interview. We hope our discussion has provided a valuable insight into the issue affecting the Serekunda West and the border political landscape. Stay tuned for another one. I am Michael Afetright.